the only habit you need to be successful. Nope. It's not cold showers. It's not journaling. It's not meditating. It's not reading. It's not working. It's none of those things. But it's a habit because it's not an action. It has to become something that's ingrained in your lifestyle. And it's time management. Why is that the habit? The only habit you need to become successful? Because you definitely need to know where your time is going. And I promise you that your time could be 10x what it is right now. It could be 10x when it comes to productivity than it is right now. And if I were to ask you, where did your time go this past week? Would you know? You could give me an idea of, I did a little bit of this, I did a little bit of that, I did a little bit of this, did a little bit of that. I worked on this for a bit, I worked on that for a bit. But could you tell me where your time actually went? Probably not. But that's okay. That's okay. Because a habit isn't built overnight. And I don't know if you ever tried time management or actually tried, seeing where your time was going throughout the day. You might be surprised where it goes. I've heard people say that, oh yeah, track down your time every 30 minutes of the day. And I don't doubt that would work. I've never done it, but I don't doubt that would work. I think the best thing you could do is honestly sit down with your calendar 30 minutes a day and just figure out what would be the best time slots to do what, right? And actually try to stick to them. Try to stick to your calendar, because let's say you have a goal to become a YouTuber, right? That takes time, right? It takes time. Let's say you have a goal to lose weight. That takes time. The thing that we don't put on our calendars that we should prioritize as a slot in our calendar, if not daily, definitely weekly, is to think. Just a thinking slot, a thinking slot. Think about this, because we don't always have the answers. We don't always know what the next step is. And if we give ourselves time slots to think about what could happen next, what could I do next to make this grow? Or what could I do next to make this better? Or what could I do next to make this a better system? Or what could I do next to get a better outcome? Thinking about how to improve something, or how to take the next step, or even what the next step is not a bad thing. Or maybe even thinking on how to organize your calendar, that's not a bad thing. So how many successful people do you think just completely wing everything? Don't get me wrong. There's a bunch of people that wing everything. But wouldn't you think that the most successful people know where their time is going, know what they're investing their time into, and why they're investing it into that? You need to know what you're gonna do. Because if you don't know what you're gonna do, you're gonna be lost. And for every minute spent planning, you save 10 minutes in the actual action to figure it out. So what does that mean? Let's say if you go to the gym, do you think there's a difference of you going to a gym with a workout plan? Today I'm gonna do chest and back. And a difference in, I'm just gonna go to the gym today, see what I do, just wing it. Do you think there's a difference between those two things? Probably. Who do you think is gonna be more clear on what they have to get done to get a certain outcome? The people with the plan, right? Because at the end of the day, the clearer you are when you do things, the better it's actually gonna help you do them, because it takes less mental bandwidth for you to actually accomplish the tasks. And the whole mental bandwidth video, that's a whole different concept. The mental bandwidth. Just to give you guys a quick sneak peek of what that means, it means that as humans, we have a capacity of things that we can actually think about and talk about throughout a day. And we start the day off with 100% mental bandwidth, and we go to sleep with 0, or sometimes 50 or 70. And then there's other days where you have a good night's rest of sleep, you're awake the whole day doing things, moving, and then you get home and you're exhausted. You're like, yo, I just want to knock out, I just want to go to sleep. Those are the days that your mental bandwidth depleted. But back to the concept of you might have tried to before, but you haven't really locked it in. And that's okay because it's a habit. It's supposed to be a lifelong thing that you're trying to get better at. You might have, because that's how habits are built. It's not from the night to the day. It's not an 8-hour period where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna write down my calendar today. I'm not gonna mess up. I'm gonna follow it for the rest of my life. It does not work like that. But it's the intention that matters. It's you tried to be a little bit stronger and you're gonna be a little bit more disciplined when it comes to having things written down in your calendar. And you need systems. You need a system so you can check your calendar, so you can check your messages. You need to know what's going on, what's gonna happen, what you're gonna do, where your time is going. And don't get me wrong, you could always break the things in your calendar. I mean, today I had an idea. Back to the same point. How do I organize my calendar so I could actually be sticking to it and be productive to it? Well, schedule out 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes each. 15 minutes at night, 15 minutes in the morning. Check your calendar. Make sure things that need to get done are there and start putting things in. Start with the fundamentals. Start with your sleep.